All right, I'm very happy to be back once again on this series of interviews that we have been doing in the midst of this pandemic time. It has been indeed a time of challenges for all of us. And as we aim at these interviews, we want to gather from around the world different stories, different people from different cultures, so as to get strength, as to get confidence in what we are doing, in the little we can do to help solve this problem that the whole human community is facing. Today, I have the presence of a very big friend from Congo, Republic Democratic Congo. He's here with us to share a very, very big amount of information, of experiences, and we are very happy because, as we know, Congo has faced a previous situation in which a sickness called Ebola affected the lives of many. So he will share with us this, and also the stories of many people in this situation, and of course, doing this courageously and wholeheartedly. So, Jean-Paul, welcome.
Thank you, Jose. Very happy to see you again.
It is my pleasure to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
So, introduce yourself, please. Let us know who you are, where you come from, and what's your field.
Okay, I am Katembo Muhandiro Jean-Paul. As you said, I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo, known as Congo-Kinshasa, and located, of course, in Africa, the central part of Africa. But a very important detail, because my opinion and analysis probably will be affected by where I come exactly from in Congo. So I come from the eastern part of Congo, the place known as Nord Kivu in French. And that's where I grew up. And yeah, that is.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And I would like to ask you to describe the current situation of the pandemic in the Republic Democratic of Congo.
Currently, as we speak, Congo is doing so badly in the sense that the number of the people affected or the confirmed cases is growing day after day. And the last information that I have, we're already beyond 430. And at the beginning, the pandemic was a bit only centered in the capital city. Then 2 weeks later, they discovered that even the eastern part of Congo had got some cases. So the situation is coming again as a burden on the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. And as you know, we have been going through different crises. And the latest crisis that went through was, this epidemic of Ebola. And it is unfortunate that 3 days before they declared it over, again discovered new cases. So as per now, we say that Congo is facing two crises: the epidemic of Ebola and the pandemic of COVID-19.
All right, this is certainly a very big challenge for the Republic Democratic of Congo, and of course the damages of this pandemic time is not only on the side of the health of the people. Of course, it's the most important thing, but economy, the school of the children, and many other aspects of the human life is affected.
Yeah, exactly. But no, when it comes to Congo, we have to look at this situation in a very different way, especially as far as the people are concerned. It is true that globally speaking, this COVID-19 has really put the whole world in trouble, and everybody is really concerned and everybody is affected. But for Congolese people, this is not something that I would make them to be in a big crisis, because allow me to say that the life of the Congolese, the whole life of a resident Congolese is in threat. You know, his life is ever in danger. If it is not of war, it is of Ebola. If it is not of Ebola, it is of malaria. If it is not of malaria, is of other epidemic like measles. So, you know, it's just something add on the top of the suffering of the Congolese people. It's not a single threat like being in other parts of the world. So that's why maybe even the attitude of the people towards this reality is completely different. At the end, if they escape from one, the other one is there. So it is something that actually a big challenge for the authorities, because the danger is to focus only on that, forgetting that there are other dangers that the people are exposed to. So it is really a bit more complex from other parts of the world.
Allow me to make the following comment. Far from trying to build on the suffering of the people of Congo, and I know really well about the different problems that the country has been facing. I believe that people have built in themselves a resilience, a strength which goes up from just bearing a problem. It's a question of the human spirit in which some extra is built. And I think the experience of war, experience of Ebola, the experience of many other problems has made people see the reality in different way. Can you share with us about this?
Exactly. It is exactly what you have said. You know, as I mentioned, said that the people of Congo, they are going through different difficult moments. And it is commonly known, once you are, it's not about getting used to suffering, but it's about having experience from suffering. So it gives you capacities to, you know, to build attitude that tell you that this is going to end, and then being able to live kind of normal life in an abnormal situation. You know, the situation is so abnormal, the situation is so dangerous from the perspective of someone who's seeing from outside, but you see that to some extent it is as if that life is going in a normal way. Not that people, they don't see that danger, but life has taught them to see the reality in a different way. They try to find normality in situations that are not normal. And when you look especially at the eastern part of Congo, which actually has gone through all this suffering, war, the epidemic of Ebola, this malaria, the other disease that people have been going through. So you see that the whole life of the people, and if you look at the reality from outside, and you say, probably there is no life anymore there. But if you go if you go there, you will see that, yeah, amidst those suffering, people, they find ways to live. You can still see a smile on their faces. And this sounds a bit strange. This is the reality of the people. Because they don't have any more trust in the authorities, because the solutions are delaying too much. So there is no hope from the authorities. They can only find their own ways to survive in those situations and try to make what is abnormal to be normal, which is actually also a danger to some extent.
Yeah, this makes me think of a very, very, very big lesson to the whole world. Not only because of the experience of the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo, but also of people living in situations that, you know, while the rest of the world, we were living in a very happy and a very, you know, harmonious way, we never realized that people like in Congo, let me bring another example, Syria, like in Yemen, through very painful experiences and a very strong theory. And now at this those who are living life, we can a very big lesson from this. Just because, as I said before, I'm not built on the suffering of the people and benefit from that. But certainly, human beings, we need to be close to this reality so that we don't feel like this is the worst in this moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. So, I look at the way people now about the COVID-19, as well, not to miss the reality that it is, but you know, there are people who have been living, let me say, for their entire life under threat, you know, and therefore they don't see this one as a serious threat because they show different people of Congo, even hunger is a serious threat. People dying of hunger. So, see, they will not see COVID-19 as something that really is losing their life. Their life is exposed. You sleep today, you're not sure. Because even next door, you wake up tomorrow, you've killed people. So, I think this is an opportunity to teach the whole world a lesson in the sense that there is the need and necessity for the others. While living peacefully, there are some people who are suffering. Are we interested in helping people who are going through this difficulty? You know, and I was sharing with somebody, and I told him that actually there are some people who don't see this one as a no, they have a threat, and that's why, for example, measures like locking down the whole country or the whole city, it is they are not. You cannot conceive the context of Congo. No, you cannot lock down a city. What argument I tell the people that you are looking down because of the COVID-19? They say, no, my life is already in danger forever. You see, so it becomes a bit complex dealing with the situation in the Republic of Congo.
It's really this experience that you share with us, and I'm confident that people who are able to listen to us, to watch our video, will be ready to take up this experience from people of Congo to build a new strength, to build a new vision, because we cannot go out from the lockdown doing the same things and in the same way. Perhaps it's a very big lesson of solidarity, of awareness, of
Exactly.
suffering, not on my side, but on the side of those who are my brothers and sisters.
Exactly, exactly. That's also my hope that really we may learn from this experience. Life is not only about me. It's not only about my survival, but anything I do has got consequence on others. You know, this COVID-19 has made us to learn that really my single action can put in danger the life of many people. So I think there is a lot to be learned, a lot to learn from this experience of COVID. And my prayer that out of this really we come transformed, we come with new priorities about life. That's my hope.
Thank you very much for sharing with us these hopes that you keep in your heart. And I believe this will become true in the life of many people. I know that African people are religious. It is part of themselves. And this is also that, yeah, notoriously. And it's something that really connects and links us because in different contexts, people are relying on their experiences of faith, and this will make them rely on someone who can really be trustworthy.
Exactly. Thank you. That is the reality. In fact, the religious aspect contributes much in the attitude of the people, no, and how they look at this reality. There is always hope that is built on our faith, and people they know how to connect their daily life to the supreme, to the divine, and gives meaning to what they are living daily. And I think as a Congolese, I know how much we are religious, and I know how much we trust in God, and I know how much our religious belief affects our daily living. And talking of Christianity, maybe exactly when they decided that churches should be closed, not everybody saw that really as the right decision to be taken. Even until now, people who are still complaining that why really? So maybe also this reality will help Christians, to find new ways of living their relationship with their God and grow in their faith.
Surely, we trust Christian communities and other communities of faith will find their own ways coming together of keeping themselves in solidarity with others. Jean-Paul, I would like to ask you a final message for those who can watch a video, for those who can be touched by this message. And not only for the people of Mexico, but for the people who can be in touch with us.
My last message, you know, as I'll speak as a Congolese, of course, and as somebody to some extent who has experienced some, let's say, tragic moments in their life now. And when I look at what is going on and looking at my reality, I think let us take this opportunity to look at our human life in a very holistic way, in the sense that let us try to identify things that are necessary for our survival, things that are necessary for our living, and try to focus on what really built our humanity, on what really built love among us. And I would like to appreciate in different parts of the world that really people have tried to come together and so to overcome this reality. And to my fellow Congolese, um, let us try to cope with what the government is giving us as directives, so to avoid the spread of this COVID-19. Though we have different threats, we have different situations that we should deal with, but also this one, let us take it into account so that really we manage to through this crisis.
Thank you very much, Jean-Paul, for joining us, for giving us the chance of hearing from you, particularly on the situation of Republic Democratic of Congo. It's a very, very touching experience, and I hope it will touch the lives of many. And as we keep on moving along this pandemic time, we hope for the best. We keep on working for the best, and we keep in solidarity with others. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe.
Thank you. Ciao.
All right. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.